It's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, UK-based independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I've got this cute little box to share with you. It's a little punch heavy, but it's just too pretty for words. So let me just open it up for you. It's using the DinoRoar papers, and this one is definitely, this one's definitely not playing ball for me. This one is definitely for, I would say, for a child. It's that sort of, you know, it's definitely child, because it's got the dinosaur prints, as in footprints, and on the inside it has got this lovely, definitely childlike dinosaur paper. Now, to avoid the hole this goes in, you could just trim that down a bit, but because I haven't got anything in my box, I kind of needed the stability, but once you've got stuff in, you can just trim the edge just slightly and it would work perfectly. I'm going to show you how to make it using a different DinoRoar paper. I'm going to use this one because I thought this would make a more adult version. The inside is still a bit child friendly, but I think we can probably get away with the finished piece being for an adult, and probably for a, well, the way I'm going to decorate it, probably for a woman or a girl. So my paper, and this is just designer series paper, is 10 by 8. Don't worry about measurements and scoring lines. They will all be over on my blog, and that will be linked immediately below, and the link will take you straight to this blog post. So with the 10-inch side at the top, we're going to score at 2 inches, 3 inches, and then we're going 1, 2, 3, 7 inches and 8 inches. Then turn it so that there's a short side at the top, and again 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches and 6 inches, and that's all the scoring we need to do. So let me pop my scoreboard down. We are going to be cutting away quite a lot of the paper, and I'm just burnishing it with my fingers at this stage so that I can see, which I might bring in my bone folder just so that I have a better chance of seeing the score lines. This may not have been the best pattern to have chosen, but I will do my best to show you where they are. If I need to, I will draw them in. So there we are. Yes, I think I probably will have to draw them in. So we have got a 2-inch mark there and a 2-inch mark there, and this is going to form our tag. Then I'm going to be cutting all up here and all of, oops, no, not that, all of that away. So this all goes, and this goes, and then we're left with this piece which will tuck round. So once I've cut it, hopefully it will be a bit more obvious. So, do you know, it's so interesting that I can't even see it myself. But I can feel it, so it's fine. So we're going to cut all the way down, so we're going through the 2-inch and the 1-inch, and then we'll take this piece off. Oops. And then I'm going to wedge. So just trim a little bit off there and wedge into the 1-inch square. And then this piece here, I'm going to get rid of if I can only see it. That's slightly easier. So that's the final shape that we're going to be looking for in each of the corners. I think I might actually do it on, no, I don't know. No, I'll stick with this side, and I'm going to get a bigger pair of scissors because that I think will make life a lot easier, because I can find the beginnings and I can find the ends. It's the bit in the middle that's harder. So that comes off, cut straight down there, wedge in and wedge in. So you probably know, if you've been following me for any length of time at all, I don't have children. So I did get the DinoRoar paper because, well, I like to have all of the papers, because I work on the premise I don't actually know whether I like the paper or not until I've seen it. So I am in the fortunate position that because I get a discount, that's not really an issue. So I do have all of the papers. Let me just crease that again so I can see it. But some of them, so like this one, I think are great because they are more generic, and it is less obviously dinosaur. I accept the inside is dinosaur, but if you were to make this in card and just cover it with the paper, then no one would know that the inside was a dinosaur. So yeah. So do remember that if you also want the discount, that we have got the amazing joining offer at the moment, the extra offer. There's all sorts of information about that on my website. And I did do a video over the weekend. Over the weekend? Was it over the weekend? No, it was at back end of last week. About joining up and joining my team in particular. So do have a look at that. A little bit there that's not playing. There we go. Right, so that is the shape we're looking for. That no, that's probably the easiest side to look at. So we've got just these 2 little inches at each edge, and they're wedged in, and then these are straight. Now, before we do anything else, we need to punch these flaps, and I'm using the lovely new detailed tag topper punch. It's in the new annual catalogue. It's one of these wonderful ones that's 2 inches wide, but it's also 1.5 inches and 1 inch wide. So you've got 3 options, depending on how big you want your tag. But I'm just using it for the closure of my box. I'm just tucking the 1 inch flaps in and pushing it in as far as it would go, keeping it as straight as possible, and then just punch. And that's that. Okay, now you could possibly use snail for this, but I'm never a great one for using snail on a glue pot that's actually got some glue in it. Would be a plan. Let's get rid of that one. The glue is back in stock at the point when I am filming this video. The multi-purpose liquid adhesive is in stock in Europe for the first time for some months. So if you want it, hop over to my store. There's a link to that below, and then just order what you need. So yeah, finally we've got it back and I can replenish my stocks. Okay, so I'm just bringing the edge of the 2 inch strip over to that corner, and then just hold it in place for a moment for the glue to actually stick. Same again on this side. So find out where it is and then hold it in place. And then again, line up the cut edge against the crease. And I've got glue on my finger and the cut edge on the crease. And then I like to just get my bone folder and press those flaps in place so that I know I've got a really good seal. And get right into the corner And then we've got our nice little closure. And I'm going to use lovely lipstick ribbon. And again, it's the same ribbon as I used on this box. So this was Pineapple Punch. So Pineapple Punch card, ink, ribbon, and then Old Olive for this piece here. So this time I'm going to use lovely lipstick and Flirty Flamingo. So I just need to cut a piece that is about the same length. Let's use one to measure the other, because this was actually, the Pineapple Punch piece was actually just what was left on the roll, and as it happens, it was the perfect amount. So I might as well use it as my cutting guide. It's always useful to have a cutting guide. Right, okay, so let's get the stamping done. I've got a scrap of Whisper White here, and I'm going to start with Flirty Flamingo, and I'm using the stamp set and one of the punches from the Darling Label punch box. It's on page 94 of your catalogue, and it comes with the punch, which I'll be using in a minute, a block that's about the same size as a D block. It's just not got the lovely rounded edges that our normal blocks have, so this is the block you would get. And a couple of ink spots in Grapefruit Grove and Night of Navy, and then you get these 4 sentiments, so it covers all eventualities. We've got thanks, best wishes, birthday, thinking of you, congratulations, and hello. So it's fantastic for all occasions. And it comes in the most amazing tin, so even better. Right, so ink up with Flirty Flamingo, which was an in colour for a while. It was an in colour, I want to say 2016, 2018. Can't remember now, but is now in our Brights family. Right, punch, just to punch that out. Now it will take off the ends of the birthday, but that is fine. So just try and centre it up, punch it out. Then I've got a piece of Flirty Flamingo and our Everyday Label punch, and I want to punch that out of there, and I'm going to adhere this piece onto one end of my Everyday Label punch, because it is almost exactly the same shape. And then I'm going to feed this back in to my punch. Why did I do it that way? It's much easier to come in from this side. I'm going to feed it back into my punch and then line it up so that I've got the same, roughly the same amount showing at both ends of the punch. And then we get a lovely frame around our punch, or our punched piece. Now I am going to use the now retired 1/8 hole punch. Any small hole punch would do. It's just so that we've got a hole to put our ribbon through. So punch that. We're going to cover a bit of the hole up, so don't worry too much. Oh, I've just realised that's actually 2 bits of ribbon. I do this. I stick bits together. I've done it again. Oops. So let's take that off. And let us use a full, nice new long piece. You will have gathered that my ribbon dispenser is there. I've moved it. Well, I haven't actually moved my ribbon dispenser. I've moved where my desk is. So it's now facing my ribbon dispenser. When we get to 7,000 subscribers, you will get to see that. Now I need just this little strip, and it's just a strip that I've got having cut mats and layers, and I've cleaned my punch, and I'm going to grab my lovely lipstick. So it is going to be quite zingy. A piece of scrap paper. And I'm just going to ink up. I only really need the birthday inked up, but it's easier to ink everything up. And then I'm going to stamp on my strip. And so long as it's on, I don't mind if it's straight or not, because we're then going to cut it out. So that's that. So all we're going to do is trim one end, two ends, and then just trim so that you're left just with the lovely lipstick. Like that. And I'm going to stick that on in a minute when I've actually tied my box together. So, pop your ribbon through both holes. I like to kind of find where the middle is. And then do a half knot. And then this is the piece that I'm going to loop. So this is the piece that I'm going to pop my tag onto and make sure that that is in the loop. So is twisted apparently. But in that loop, and then loop your other end round and you get your nice bow. And then you can adjust your ends and trim them just a wee bit. And then this I'm going to stick on with an edge piece of dimensional. So let's turn that over. And pop that over the birthday. And there we go. So let me bring in this one. Won't be able to necessarily put it together quite as quickly as I would like. We'll give it a go. But yeah, so there you go. Two lovely little, I can, hurrah! Two lovely little gift boxes. I'm thinking you could probably put a packet of tissues in them. You know, those multi-pack pocket tissues. If you want just a small gift. If you want something a bit fancier, chocolate, always good, I'm told. Or a bag of sweets or that sort of thing. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, there is a subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. I will list everything I've used below in the description bar. There's a link to my online store and my blog. So have a look at those. If you would like to order, please remember to use the host code and then you get to share in the host rewards. And they can be anything. I've been doing, I've been lucky enough, or my customers have been lucky enough to get some stamp sets recently. And blends and all sorts of things. So have a look at that. And of course, if your order is of any size, then it really is worth looking at the starter kit because you are getting a very, very good deal at the moment. So do give that a think. And that applies. Shopping is UK only for me, but my team is UK and also I can cover France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. And I've also already got team over in Europe. So you would not be alone. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!